Monday. Good morning. Good morning. Let's bring the guys on. Let's see. We have Sean.
Good morning.
Good morning. And George here.
Well, George is
Three
here,
of us.
Huh? George is here? George is here today?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm not. Am I in
What's
the screen?
happening?
Yeah, you're on the screen.
Hey, listen. What do you call? Well,
Good morning, George.
good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. In some places, it could be this afternoon, right? What happened?
I had a piece of hair sticking up. I don't know what was going on.
In Italy,
I rushed
in
through
Italy,
makeup, so I thought it was my hair.
No. I'm gonna whip open with a prayer. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I got you, Sean. I just got your text.
I just told Mike Christ that there's going to be a lot of job filling today.
Jar filling, yeah. Okay.
Christ, okay. Say the prayer, please. Thank you.
Dear God, we feel weak and weary. Please give us strength to face whatever comes our way. Remind us not to fear because you are with us. Fill us with your power so we can stand firm in faith and be courageous, knowing you are always by our side. Help us rely on your strength, not on our own, and find peace when we are anxious. Amen.
Amen.
And I wanted to say, Low Country, her father passed away yesterday from that accident. So I wanted everybody to know. So we have an update on that. So, poor Tracy.
Let's have a moment of silence. Everybody don't mind.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. You know,
I'd say we're sorry. Our condolences go out to the family and everybody. Well, horrible. Horrible time of year to lose somebody too, right during the holidays too. I mean,
yeah, it is. So you guys see, Trump did that Zelensky meeting yesterday, and supposedly their things are gonna. But this is a good one. But did you see what he did with the press? I'll show you. It's kind of funny.
About the food or something?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Margot, if you would, I think you could sit outside and have some food. Would you like to have food, or do you consider that a bribe? And therefore you cannot write honestly, or therefore you have to write a bad story. Okay, because if you'd like, would you like something to eat at this time? Yes or no? You can speak.
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay. Margot, yes, sir. Take them outside, tell the chef, serve them a little lunch, okay?
Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, press. Thank you, press.
That should guarantee good stories, but it won't.
Thank you, guys.
They'll only get worse. So go out of their way to make them worse. He gave us a hamburger. We have to make them good.
Alex, thanks. Press.
Okay.
If I was the press, I'd be having somebody taste test that food for poisoning after the way they.
Nah, I'm surprised you didn't get McDonald's. I'm surprised you didn't give him McDonald's.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's so gracious, though.
Yeah, that's funny.
I don't know. Would you have fed him?
Lunch.
Would you have fed him, Sean? You wouldn't have fed him, would you?
Why not? I think, you know what? And George will know this. I mean, obviously, but we always say this. Trump is probably one of the most gracious people. And a lot of times, even to his enemies. I mean, that's a businessman for you, right? And he's looking to make solutions. And so, yeah, absolutely. I would have did it too if I was Trump. I mean, what's a little lunch cost him? Nothing, right? They're going to still write bad stories.
Yeah, they always do. They always write bad stuff about him, even when he's doing good stuff, you know?
Yep. Yep. But I think even the haters have to see that he's gracious. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just.
I don't. The TDS is too powerful.
Oh, TDS is bad. TDS is bad. Matter of fact, Lana and I stopped at a place last night, a pub, to get dinner, and we sat at the bar, and these guys to the left of me were Trump haters, and I know them because they're in my area. And all of a sudden, this guy and his wife to the right of me, they were Trump people. And I was talking about the Nick Shirley videos to Lana about going around exposing the Minnesota fraud. And the guy looks over and the guy goes, "Yeah, is that crazy?" We start talking. And the guy goes, "Those people to the left of you, they're kooky lips." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I know." I said, will drop stories like I'll talk about the gas prices or whatever, and they always get like whatever, and they leave the bar when I start talking. It's kind of funny, but it is funny.
You're muted, George.
Did you mute him on purpose?
Yeah, I blew my nose.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we didn't want to hear that. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
You guys always see me looking to the side, just so you know I'm not ignoring everybody. I'm typing in the chat and stuff so that, that's why I look to the side. Because I know some people don't realize what I'm doing, but that's what I'm doing.
I don't think anybody cares.
Nobody cares about you blowing your nose either.
Well, if I put mine on mute.
Oh,
that was good, George.
Nobody knows how much you could turn your head around, like Linda Blair. Sometimes when you get pissed.
You get the death stare, don't you? We didn't play this last week, so don't. But we were supposed to. It kind of got lost in the mix, so I'm going to put it up.
It's funny.
It's just a couple days late. Couple days late, but you know
it's
how
it's early for next Christmas.
Yeah, what is there, like 360 days until Christmas again?
I can't believe people still have their. I can't believe people have their Christmas.
You're supposed to have it up to January 6th. Whatever.
Yeah, you have to leave them up to Epiphany. My neighbor yelled at me when I took them down. So
isn't it amazing? We did the Epiphany.
You took them down already?
No. A couple years ago, I took them down before the 6th, and she called me up and told me that I was a bad girl because she knows I'm Catholic, and I was supposed to leave them up till the 6th, so I can't.
We rated the Capitol on what do you call on the Epiphany.
Yeah, it's funny. So Lana's friend. She tosses her Christmas tree out the day after Christmas. So 26th, the Christmas tree's out of the house, gone.
That's when.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's when the the wise men arrived.
Yeah. Well, that's too much work to take it down right at the day after Christmas.
I know. I agree with you.
Don't forget, they came on camels. The wise men. Took them a while.
No, I thought you meant the Christmas tree came on camels.
Yeah, it's possible. You don't know. We know the Muslims celebrate Christmas.
Yeah. Oh,
they like to burn trees now.
What? Huh?
I said they like to burn Christmas trees down in England.
What?
Yeah.
Is there something wrong with your shop?
Oh, yeah. Fucking regular riot there, Trixie. Boom to the moon. There you go.
You want to see? Yeah. There's no riots around here. You want to see something funny? This is an illegal in Brooklyn. I think this is really hilarious.
The new rules I should drive in there. What fucking new rules? Move your fucking car. Move your fucking bike out the fucking way. Get the fuck out the fucking road.
I wish you could have slowed it down where the street is. I wanted to see what the street was.
Oh, I said it. And you think people are getting a little bit tired of all the illegals and their new rules?
Well, wait till January 1st, right? I'm sorry, go ahead, Sean.
I saw a video. It's funny. There's electric bikes, right? Is that what that was? One of them electric bikes?
Look like it.
I saw one yesterday where it was a video of a guy riding an electric bike get down the road and right in the middle of the road and in the middle of the lane and holding somebody up, and then the guy get alongside and the guy started screaming at him, and oh my god, it went to like a crazy fight almost, like it was nuts. But these electric bikes, they're brutal in New Jersey. I don't know how they are around the country, but especially North Jersey, where you can see a lot of people that maybe are illegal or on them. Mm-hmm. That's their mode of transportation. It's their mode to work, and they do 35 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour. Those things. So it beats walking, that's for sure. But there's no license required or anything. I think a lot of illegals are on them, and they come out of nowhere. You gotta be careful while you're driving. There's no insurance on them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see in the chat if that's an issue in other areas of the country or not, because
it is here, but it's because they're the drunks with no driver's license.
That's true too. Yeah. Because you're a drunk and you might as well do that.
Yeah,
absolutely. You get nailed with DWI. Might as well.
A lot of people in Florida, because if you get caught with a DWI, you lose your license.
Same here in Jersey. Yeah.
And then what they do is you see a lot of guys are on the bicycles, and not like the regular bicycles. And you know that they had when you see these guys on the bike, you can tell they had a DWI.
Yeah.
They're very strict here in Florida.
Yeah.
We got golf carts around here, but I'm like right at just not very far out of the city limits. But if you're in the city limits, you can drive a golf cart all over the place around here, just like in Florida.
You got to see the villages. They have 2-for-1 nights, and you got to see them crashing into each other, golf carts, in the villages, and then they take over. Remember, like Saturday when they did that thing on what was that? Saturday Night Live? No, not Saturday Night. The one with the German guy on top of the bike.
Oh, laughing.
Yeah, laughing.
Yeah, laughing. The guy on the twist.
That's exactly how they wind up in the pond. They tilt over
Really?
into each other. Oh, it's a pisser. You just me and my friend Bobby, we rode the bikes there, just hung out because they have a Harley Davidson store. Yeah, and you watched them 2-for-1 drinking. We were ate at a restaurant and they had these windows and you could watch them out there, and they just crashed into each other. They got cops on patrol on golf carts in there. I mean, the place is hopping. Besides the highest STDs, but the place is hopping. There's always got bands there and everything else. So.
Yeah. That's like a party on steroids there.
Oh yeah, well, they want to keep young. I tell you, if you know how to dance, you'll pick up a lot of women.
There you go.
Oh, I got a clip about something.
You can pick up a lot of women in the villages.
Well, I was gonna get dressed up like the next one that came up.
Rico could pick up a lot of women.
Rico, yeah.
Yeah, Rico, that's probably what Rico's doing right now. It's wintertime here. You can't work on my pool.
This is a good way to disguise yourself. What about that one?
Which way?
The one with the goat.
Well, I was going to play that after the one. But
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, do it. You control. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't say you're sorry. There's something that goes along with us. It's pretty good.
I believe covering your face is part of dressing modestly to avoid attraction when you go out.
So the danger is I might be attracted to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. The reason there are so many scholars who do feel that the hands and the face do not need to be covered, but there are also scholars who say that, yes, it should be covered. And I feel it should be covered because the most attractive part of anybody is the face.
So is there a danger that males in the audience are attracted to every female in this studio's face who's here? Are they putting themselves in some kind of
Not necessarily every female face, but yeah, it could stir some sort of...
passions?
Yes, absolutely.
Why would it not stir passions in a woman to see a man's face?
Well, it's about the burqa, isn't it, and about the woman wearing a veil.
Yeah.
And it's about why women are wearing a veil.
Yes, but I'm interested, if it's about equality, and you feel a sense of liberation, don't you? Why should men not be required to cover their faces too?
It's a good point, but I wouldn't question that if this is how I understand that the scholars have.
How do you like that?
That's because they can't recognize their sister. That's why they got to wear the mask.
Yeah.
You can play that other video there, the one in England, that moron, that Muslim that's speaking at the parliament. That would follow that pretty good there. Yeah, check this out a minute. Sorry about the editing. Here comes the voice.
This is AIDS. There are documented health risks with first cousin marriage. And I agree this is an issue, this is an issue that needs greater awareness on. Virginity testing, forced marriages, and the freedom of women forced marriage must be prevented, and the freedom of women must be protected at all times. However, the way to redress this is not to empower the state to ban adults from marrying each other, not least because I don't think it would be effective or enforceable. Instead, the matter needs to be approached as a health awareness issue and a cultural issue where women are being forced against their will to undergo marriage. In doing so, it is important to recognize for many people this is a highly sensitive issue, and in discussing it, we should try to step into the shoes of those who perhaps are not from the same culture as ours, to better understand why the practice continues to be so widespread. An estimated 35 to 50% of all sub-Saharan African populations either prefer or accept cousin marriages, and it is extremely common in the Middle East and in South Asia. The reason the practice is so common is that ordinary people see family intermarriage overall as something that is very positive, something that helps build family bonds and helps put families on a more secure financial foothold. However, as is well documented, it is not without health risks for the children of those relationships, some of whom will be born out of wedlock. Instead of stigmatizing those who are in cousin marriages or those inclined to be, a much more positive approach would be to facilitate advanced genetic test screening for prospective married couples, as is the case in all Arab countries in the Persian Gulf, and more generally to run health education programs targeting those communities where the practice is most common.
That's nuts.
Yeah, but this is what they want to bring here to this country. You understand? And that's why their kids are all fucked up in their head because of the what do you call it?
Inbreeding.
Yeah, inbreeding. I mean,
that's why they have the low IQs genetically.
Well, that's how they have so many low IQs. They can control the people, right? Yeah. When you have the low IQ, that's what this is what their mentality is. You understand? And that's why, the ones that are very well educated in the Muslim countries, like the Prince of Saudi Arabia, they got educated here in the United States, and they have, and that's why they don't care about the family, the brothers and sisters getting married and having kids all messed up and everything else, because then they could control their population. They can have.
Well, yeah. Look at remember that Captain Phillips movie, the guy, the Somali. I mean, look what he looked like.
He's
look
the
at
captain now. Yeah, he's the captain now. He said he looks like the guy from Minnesota. There's a guy in Minnesota that looks like him.
The guy running for he was running for mayor or something. That's why they all look so damn goofy. Because of the inbreeding and everything. You get all those genetic defects. You get the overdeveloped palate on them and weird teeth and messed up eyes, like their eyes are all real close set, like they got fetal alcohol syndrome or something. They do. They look different, because of it. And I'm not being discriminatory. It's just facts.
No, there's probably some truth to that, without a doubt, with that, because it's you should try to separate.
Yeah. Well, look at the Habsburg family in England. The Habsburgs, that's how they came up with that bleeding disease. I can't think of it. It's right on the tip of my tongue too. But you look at portraits of the Habsburg family, the royal family, going back from the 14, 15, 1600s, because of all the interbreeding and everything, they were all physically deformed with club feet. They had the huge nose, the real big jaw that jutted out and everything. That was all inbreeding. And so, you can see it historically.
Yep. Yeah. Well, look, you know what's amazing about what's happening in this country, how we're being ripped off our tax dollars and everything else. It took an investigative reporter, or what do you call it, a journalist, that he's on his own, and he goes and investigates this stuff. And you're telling me the FBI couldn't do the same shit he did?
Yeah.
You can post these videos up.
Yeah, I'm gonna post them. I'm gonna post them like in order.
Okay.
It's good. It's good. I know a lot of people have seen them, but it's good. Yeah, hemophilia. Thank you, Jersey.
You're out 102 children. Is that for this facility?
What is the name? Do I see the
It's from the state of Minnesota website. It says you have 102 children here in your child care.
Which child care name is a lot of
Minnesota Child Care right here. It's from the state of Minnesota's website. We're just wondering where the children are.
Where the children are?
Yeah, where are the children? It says you have 102 children here, and you got $2.66 million this year in funding, and $2.5 million last year. We're just wondering where the kids are.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Nick Shirley.
And where are you?
Just think of it. This kid's a freelance. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, and this is the follow-up one to that. And then I seen you want to say something, Sean. Do you want to say it before I do the follow-up?
This kid's amazing. I mean, he was one of the ones that was at the White House not too long ago when they had the influencer stuff, right? And he's he's had films of Antifa stuff. I mean, this kid's brave.
Yeah.
He's a brave kid, and there's on one of his links. There's a link to some security company. If people want to donate to him, I think you should. I think what this kid does is amazing.
Well, he
needs security. You know,
he got 75 million hits on it.
Yeah. So even if everybody donates $5 to him or whatever, just to help pay for his security, because he definitely needs security. None of this stuff has been out in the mainstream media. CBS, NBC, where they haven't really played anything. I think yesterday maybe one of the networks got a little bit of play on it. Yeah. But what this kid does is amazing. And we need more brave people like this, and especially since, we lost people like Charlie Kirk. I think these are the sprouts of Charlie Kirk. Okay, that helped push this, and I think we got to people are patriotic, need to back the kid like this without a doubt.
Yeah, citizen journalism. Oh, sorry. What did you say, Trix? Sorry.
Citizen journalism. It's taking ordinary people to do the extraordinary, because the FBI is dragging their ass.
Well, that's why these programs are important.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the feds are there. The feds are there. They've been raiding some things. Now I don't know if they're raiding these daycare facilities, but this is going on in other states as well, not just Minnesota, but
you're correct, 100%. All the blue states are refusing to give the paperwork to the government investigating about the SNAP program, and also the money that's been given out. They got the guy that was in charge of HUD came up and said how much money that the illegals got for HUD and FHA mortgages, and they're not even a citizen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, it's all leading back to Act Blue too. That is tied right into Minnesota and Michigan. And I wanted to say Nick Shirley was in Dearbornistan for a long time too, along with Jake Lang. And exposing a lot of stuff. And I think Dearbornistan set a lot of precedent for a lot of this fraud. You can go back and look at it. And now, like with Minnesota, Walz should be drugged right out of office. I can't understand how the people in Minnesota aren't just flipping their gourds on.
Well, the mayors all got out and challenged them. All the mayors from all the cities.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's one mayor that's really going out about him. But if you go back to Nick Shirley for 1 second, I know on his X feed there was a 42-minute video I watched yesterday morning, which I told you about, George, when we spoke. Yep. It was so good. I didn't think I was going to watch the whole 42 minutes. To be honest with you, I was like, I just watched a few minutes of it, and then they go into somewhere else. They were going different places, and I thought it was so interesting. The whole 42 minutes. I mean, they even got into one spot. I always talk about these crazy white liberal people. They're just. I think they were inbred. I think they were really inbred. But it's like 15 minutes into the video, he's at another facility, and the facility is locked up. They're knocking on the door or whatever, and this white lady, and I think she had a mask on and stuff, and she's sitting out there and she's saying, she's screaming into the facility, "Don't open up the door. They're iced. They're iced. They're iced." She's yelling at him about he shouldn't be there. I mean, people are nuts, but the 42 minutes was well worth it to watch.
Yeah, how about that?
You could put that on the show and just let it go. It would be worth it to watch. Everybody see it. It was good. So everybody should try to get out and look at it.
Well, I'll look at it. I'll cut clips out of it so everybody, put certain.
Yeah, it was awesome. That's the problem. I don't know if you could cut clips out. It's so good, like one clip to another. It was so good. I urge everybody to go take a look at it. I see Red Ginger put the Leering Center. Yeah, they even have one thing in there. Did you see that clip where it was supposed to say the Learning Center on the wall and it said the Leering Center? So I guess everybody just sits there and looks at each other.
It says it's licensed for 74 children. Right here, state of Minnesota. Where are the kids? They got paid $1.26 million in fiscal year 2025. It says they have a capacity for 74 children.
When?
Where are the kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website. You work here and you don't know?
I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
He's there. Kids there.
How many?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
You worked here. Okay, well, then you're not of any help.
Can I put my son in a daycare here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
No, I don't know.
No? Yeah, I would like to see if I can put my son Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey. Can I check out daycare center?
I'm gonna do my son. No! You're a liar. I'm the owner.
Do you put your kid here in this daycare?
No.
There is one child in there. Yeah, I'd like to know if this is a legit business.
Me, I'm scared of you too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
Your color.
Because of my color. You said you're scared of me because of my color. Does that make you a racist?
Yeah, no. No.
You said you're scared of me because of my color.
I'm not saying you're racist.
You said you're right there. There's no children anywhere.
It's from the state of Minnesota right here.
I think we're moving on to the next location. Have a good day.
As we continue to show the blatant fraud that was taking place here in Minnesota, Somalis started following us around the city.
And now we're being followed by the Somalis. This is another daycare center. Absolutely.
They can't even speak English, and they know it's on the Minnesota website of all these daycare centers that are getting all this money, and you mean to tell me the government doesn't know about this shit? Are we getting played here or what? What I mean, that's why the people. But the problem is if they know, they got to know about it, and I think that's why they stopped Musk from doing the Doge shit, because of all the stuff he was catching. And that's why the Democrats fought so hard to get rid of Musk, the burning of the cars and the fucking protesters that were out there and everything else. This was all this because he was bringing out all this stealing that was being done by the Democrats and everything else. And even all the money that was funded to Act Blue, like Trixie said.
Well, here's go ahead.
Okay, I was just going to say, have we seen one story, just one story? Because think about this. If kids were going hungry, right, because of Doge, NBC, CBS, they'd be blasting out on 60 Minutes. It would, you'd have Scott Pelley or whatever his name is. He'd be questioning people. These kids are going hungry because of, Elon Musk. You haven't seen one of those stories. So that just goes to show you that money was all fraudulent money that Musk found.
Yeah, went all back to the Democratic Party and Act Blue. That's how all the money is funded. And actually, they said, the TSA agent said they saw suitcases of money. I mean, everything is told, but nobody acts on it. Why doesn't anybody act on it? Because they're afraid.
Accountability.
Well,
here's a really good point, though, that I saw over the weekend, and it's pretty intriguing. Everybody laughed when Kamala Harris picked Tim Walz for vice president to run with her, right?
Yep.
Well, we didn't know about all this Minnesota fraud, but she did. Remember, they notified her campaign and everything. She probably picked him then as to cover for either the Minnesota fraud or to get her hands into the money. It was one or the other. There was no other reason to have him because there was no way he was a representative of any kind of masculinity whatsoever.
If you run for political office, there's no
one reason maybe.
What?
On the campaign trail, you never know when you're going to need a tampon. So maybe that's why she picked him.
She should have been through menopause.
Yeah, it's known fact that if you run for political office or any campaign, you do not get investigated by the FBI, CIA, or any of the other things. And also,
except for Trump.
Yeah, Trump, they did it.
Right?
I didn't care about it. I'm just saying that's why they do that. Even what's his name of California that wants to run for governor?
Newsom.
No, not Newsom. The other guy, the young kid, the one that the one who was bang 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 bang.
Fartwell.
Yeah,
yes.
That's
Salwell. The gas man.
Yeah,
that's what I said. Yeah,
I said Falwell. Why I call him Falwell?
Now he got that's Newsom got begged for $76 billion. I mean,
they finally dropped the train to nowhere too. He finally gave up on the lawsuit on that. But I keep going back to that Walz thing now. When she chose him, it didn't make any sense whatsoever. Now it makes total sense why she picked him.
Also, I mean, they were talking about her picking Shapiro, which they always said that would help her win, which was definitely surprising why she didn't. But I think Shapiro didn't want nothing to do with her.
No,
and I think he said, no, I don't want to do it. So
that's what he said. Yep.
So,
I'm just saying this stuff has got to stop. I mean, I hope after Trump came out with a letter about Pam Bondi about not doing the stuff and everything. So I don't know. I just I get it's hard for me, but yeah.
Everything's hard for you.
Pam, I have reviewed. Yeah, this is what Trump said. Pam, I have reviewed over 30 statements and posts saying that essentially same old story.
Are you doing a Trump truth?
No, I don't got. I ain't got.
Mark.
Well, call me Adam Shifty Shifts and Letitia James. And what's his name? Who gave Soros gave Letitia James over $70 million, I think.
Who did? Soros?
Yeah, Soros did. They found that out. Now I don't understand. All the other countries he can't come to, but the United States he's here. So somebody's protecting him. And we know he's a CIA agent, guaranteed.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, yeah. Look who he hung around with, Ed Buck. I mean, look who Ed Buck was.
Who's Ed Buck?
Ed Buck was the huge pedophile and was implicated in killing homeless men and giving them drugs and then having sex with them and everything. Yeah, and Schiff and Buck were like that.
Yeah.
Look at Petrovic. He spent
they were Buck buddies.
$30 billion. $30 billion for the Russian.
Friends are friends and pals are pals, but buddies sleep together.
Oh wait, T. Augie said I wasn't aware that Fang Fang died. Plane crash. I didn't know that. Fang Fang died?
Oh, really? Oh,
maybe they just disappeared Fang Fang because of maybe there was some investigative heat.
Yeah, well, go back to the Standard Hotel if you want to do that. Schiff and Buck, remember that Oriental girl?
Oh, yeah.
She was found in that water vat on top of the hotel, and there was no way she could get in there by herself. And the residents were drinking the water and saying it tasted funny and everything. And when they finally went into that water vat, they found her dead body floating in there. How many people disappeared? And the people that the general manager and the accountant for the Standard Hotel too, they died in a helicopter crash. How coincidental. And this is when all the stuff was going on with Schiff and Buck.
And they even had boys.
It's deep.
You had young boys in there too. They called them young boys.
Well, that's why they say why Anthony Bourdain committed suicide was because he was at the Standard Hotel, came around the corner and saw Adam Schiff taking a dead boy out of one of the hotel rooms. It was supposedly, allegedly, the story is that Schiff was drugged the kid up and was, molesting him and everything, and thought the kid had passed out, but the kid had actually died. And that Anthony Bourdain, Anthony Bourdain found out about it. But
that's why Trump is pissed, because how many times the DOJ everybody went to prosecute President Trump, but nothing's happening to these other people. Trump, that's exactly what Trump said. He said the DOJ brought all this shit against me, but they're not doing nothing about doing any prosecuting to them. And she just comes up on a TV show and just says whatever on Fox, we did this or we did that. But they didn't do it with this. There's nobody here accountability. And Johnson, Mr. Piece of Shit that he is, doesn't remove Elon from Congress, and so does Tlaib. They should be both removed. And they're on the I'm going to start foaming from them out here. They're on the Intelligence Committee. They're still there. They didn't remove them
because they're not intelligent.
But they have the power to do it. They don't need all of Congress. Why don't they?
No, there's backroom deals going on, and they're covering for each other. It's the uniparty bullshit, and that's the only reason she's there, because if they're afraid of what she's going to talk about, and I think it's bullshit. I think they should be taking them all out.
I hope Elon does what he says. He says he's going to dump money and all the primaries and get the other guy elected. So these guys that refuse to. I mean, look, Trump lost 61 appointees because Toon didn't bother.
Well, Elon's got a lot of money to dump. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he's in the trillions. They just said about him. So
I think Elon should buy Sean a new computer.
Yes, I think so.
I think so too. It keeps on garbing a little bit. Maybe I'll tweet Elon, say, could you send me a computer, Elon, so I can go on X?
Yeah. Put that photo up about the HUD thing, all this shit. I think that, and this goes around in a circle. Look what they did with the immigrants, allowing them to get mortgages and stuff. And an American can't. They break your balls about your credit and everything else. And these guys have no credit. The only credit they're getting is the $3,700 that they get from Social Security with all the make-believe shit that they got.
Yeah.
That's why people are getting pissed. People are getting pissed because of all the shit that comes out. They do all these investigations. This shit comes out, but nobody is accountable for.
Well, this is why housing is so inflated.
Yeah, well, that's why
because the government's paying for all the illegals' homes and for Section 8 and for everything else, and that's why rent and mortgages and everything are up. And then the Fed is the one holding on to the interest rate too. That should have dropped at least 2 points by now.
Yeah, all the illegals are in these homes and we are paying. Instead of the kid that wants to get an apartment or condo, he can't because there's no housing out there, and it's because all the illegals got the spots and everything else. And this is the problem. I just hope Gen Z, whatever that group, get together and do the shit that they got to do, and vote. Listen. The most important thing is we got to put Republicans in, even if they're fucking rhinos, uniparty, anything else. But we have to have the control of the House and the Senate, because if they don't, the Democrat, it's word out there that the Democrats are going to win and everything else, because it's a whole story that because there's the president that's a Republican, the Democrats come in. The people better be, the MAGA people that came out for Trump better realize that if they want everything that Trump's supposed to do, and if you don't see the improvement, the GDP was 4.5%, which they never expected.
Huge.
Never.
Huge.
Yeah, projected like to go up to like 5 point something or something next quarter.
Because of the tariffs after the first of the year. But now what's going to happen, it'll go more because for the simple reason is that piece of shit of the Federal Reserve will be taken out. They said his thing is up until April, I think, or March.
May.
They'll get him out after January, trust me. But the problem is, the reason why he's
I don't know about that. I hope so.
They'll get him out. They'll do it with the Congress. What do you call it? They have, he was an original appointee of President Trump in 2017. And because of the deep state helped him pick out all these
Powell, yeah. You're talking about Powell.
And then what happened is, he was part of it. As soon as Biden agreed to keep him, everyone that was appointed by Trump got rid of. So now, besides that, Trump still has all these leftovers from Biden and Obama. They got a clean house. The best thing that they did was what the FBI, what Patel did, is close the FBI thing, because now everybody's got to go someplace to go.
Yeah, spread them out. Spread them out.
Find out.
Trix, did you see in the chat? Love says, I sent you an article that says the investigation of 10 years of conspiracy to go before the grand jury. Did you see that?
Yeah, I think that has to do with the one that's in. I haven't read it yet, Loves. It came right when I was setting stuff up, but it goes all the way back to what I always say all the time: Rico, 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 Rico.
Well,
and I think
that's other reasons too.
Yeah, sometimes. But I think that's what's going to take a lot of them down is going to be Rico. If they can tie it into Act Blue, anything that had the money transfers to it, and conspiracy, they'll get them. And I think that's the easiest way to go.
The like button. Thank you, Red. Appreciate you. Hard man, how are you? George start with Clinton right now. Listen, this goes back a long time. I mean, this goes back as far as the Bushes. They got rid of that thing that the Muslims weren't supposed to be in Congress at all. And all those rhinos did it. The Bushes, what's the name of McCain? That should be, I hope he's burning in hell like you wouldn't believe. But there's a lot of people that burning. Gotta see. I'll be down here too, I think, because the hatred I got of people.
We have one person that hates us because we get a thumbs down, but a thumbs down almost every single day. So I'll say it again. Whoever you are, I am so thrilled that you're so committed to watch our show Monday through Friday just to give us the thumbs down every day. It shows you have a lot of initiative, and you should probably use it for better things.
Ooh, a very intelligent
response there. Hey, that person should comment in the chat, and then we could see, we could see what we would.
That's known as no chat balls, thumb down.
Whoever it is, though, look at they every single day they actually we're in their heads so bad that they have to give us a thumbs down.
They can view the program. People are in the chat, but they people can view the program without being in the chat, and then they could do whatever they want.
I just think they have a lot of.
Very good. It's known as the no balls chat thumbs down. That's what you got to call that.
No balls chat thumbs down.
Yeah, no balls.
Yeah.
Chat.
I got to give them a lot of credit, though. They've been doing it for quite a while, so they're committed.
I'm ready. Put my flags up there, Trixie. See if anybody likes my flags. There's a Crusade flag on that side with the Israeli flag above it, the American flag, and there's the black.
George, your
flag.
house is like the United Nations. All those flags. Look,
everything has meaning.
Yeah.
You know
At
what?
least you don't have the pride flag.
I even have the Trump 2028 sign up too.
You got so many flags up there.
No, my neighborhood's pretty. My neighborhood's pretty. I got next door to me. It's amazing. Even the last time, the next door he sold the house. I got another person. I know they're liberal tots. They bought the house because you could see they just look at me like.
Well, you gotta go over and say hi then, George. You show them that.
No, I just ride by with the bike and I just go by with the bike with my loud pipes and just rev it up and it just pisses them off. You know what he did one time? You want to hear? Listen to this. A branch broke off my tree and landed on his property. You know what he did? Instead of picking up the branch and we got a retention pond in the back. He gets the branch and puts it on my property. So now in the back.
Sounds like Ted behind me.
Oh, yeah. So what happened is his branch came on my property. Not only did I take his branch.
And you threw it through his window?
I would have put it through his fucking window. I took his branch and I took 6 of my branches and I threw it on his side. So I think he got the best.
There you go.
Well, at least you don't have people filling dumpsters with full boxes.
Should have put a bow on it and told him Merry Christmas.
I like to give him Merry Christmas.
Give him a poll.
No,
maybe that's the thumbs down.
And the other thing I know,
maybe your neighbor's sitting there looking through the window and going, "I'm giving you a thumbs down, George."
Yeah. Trixie's got a pole in the backyard, a pool pole, and she doesn't have a pool. Figure that one out for Rico.
I thought that was for pole dancing.
I don't pole dance and tell. I don't tell my secrets. I don't.
Anyway, but hey, again, we want to remind everybody about what's her name's father. Please don't forget that. Keep her family in prayers is very important because other people didn't hear the beginning of the chat. So talked about. Yeah. So give them the information, Trixie, again, because there's a lot of people. When you said everything was
Low Country,
70 people in chat. Yeah, Low Country.
Yeah, Low Country. Tracy Baldwin. Yeah. You guys remember her from Nashville? She was she was funny. Yeah, it was her dad.
Her father passed away. So
he was run over while he was out walking his dog. So that's horrible. That's just horrible. But
no,
so there were so many people in the country here getting like a humongous windstorm. So I'm sure there's going to be branches down all over that you can throw, George.
Oh, I can't wait. Bring them down. Put them in Ted's house.
That's good for the That's good for the fire pit.
Yeah,
fire pit. Put them all, stack them up in a little pile somewhere.
Yeah, Tracy can't have fire pits because she falls over them.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, I break my face when I fall on them, so that's I have to have adult supervision if I have a fire from now on.
That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. So keep her in your prayers and stuff with the family and everything.
Yeah, well, and then Florida for Trump. Deb's okay, so that's good too. Greg's wife.
A lot of prayers going out. So
I know look at our age group though. I think that has a lot, except for the baby over there in the blue shirt up here in the.
Why did you have to bring that up about the age group? Right away, got to bring up the age group. What is?
Sean's the baby.
Yeah, but there's a lot of babies in here.
Well, I know, but I'm talking about on the screen right now. He's
1960.
Huh?
I said born in 1960.
What'd you say?
1960. Listen.
We can't hear you. Unmute yourself.
You're gonna lose power.
Oh, you got a storm coming?
Oh, it's been here. It started last night, and the wind came up. We had a tornado watch. And
what was that thing called? That name?
Bomb cyclone.
Yeah, bomb.
Did it happen?
Yeah. It's still, we got a wind advisory till 7:00 tonight, but there was tornado watch last night, and it was, I think, up by like 9 miles north. There was one spotted from here. It was about between 6 and 7 last night is when it started coming through here, and then the sirens went off and everything. So, and that's weird because I mean it's December. You don't usually see tornadoes.
Yeah, that's more in the spring, right?
Yeah, Tammy Tiagi, she had it too. It hit her first and then came this way. So she sent it this way.
Wow.
You should hear it now. It's really super windy. It was like that all night long too, really loud.
The dog thought he was knocking on the door. Somebody was knocking on the door.
The dog was barking at the wind. Yeah. Well, you know, I guess that it's bad for people flying today. I wouldn't want to be flying.
Yeah.
Be getting a lot of turbulence unless you stay way up high.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
that's what
especially in the middle of the country.
Yeah, you know
So
you want to, good. I'm sorry. Good.
They're saying that Shirley's video crossed over 100 million views already.
Really?
Oh, wow.
On X. I guess that's on X or on everything. I don't know.
Well, if anybody shares it, still clicks on it. So if you shared it on Facebook or if you copy it and share it like we do, we share it, you know, the whole thing and everything else. I mean,
Elon Musk retweeted that 10 hours ago and says more than any the daily readership of all newspapers in America combined. Wow. Newspapers are, I haven't looked at a newspaper in a long time. So
remember what was funny that when they talked about the Social Security, that people 250 years old were getting paid Social Security, and then the whole thing is that they had all that information, but President Trump made sure because there was still a person alive 114 years old. So he started with he said, "Do you believe people are getting paid Social Security from 115 years old to 250 years old?" What happened?
Yeah, that's
what happened. And all those files were in that cave. Remember the Social Security files that were in that cave? Remember the cave? They had the filing system. You remember that?
Yep, I remember that. And if they tried to quit, it took like 6 weeks to get the paperwork done to quit a job. If you worked for the government, because that was all down in that cave. Remember, if they wanted to retire?
Yeah,
what cave you talking about?
There was a cave out there with all the information on all of us in Social Security in this hole that was protected in case the atomic bomb went off or something like that.
Okay.
So they could, because if we all got killed, now they have all the Social Security numbers that they have, so they can give it to the new people that come here. Like if the aliens land, they can get a Social Security number and start to work. You know, like getting illegal funds, they might be able to get Social Security. Illegal.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a joke. I'm talking about aliens that come here from this.
I hear you.
No, but it was
I was trying to find a video
control. Oh, what?
I was trying to find a video clip of Captain Caveman. I was going to say, here he is coming out of the cave. Remember Captain Caveman?
Yeah.
Yeah. That cave was that was a climate controlled with all the paperwork in it. And I remember they were saying if you were, Elon found that with Doge, that if you were trying to retire, it would take 6 weeks because they would have to physically go pull the actual paperwork.
What all the Democrats do? Democrats did all to get rid of him. Attacking his dealerships, burning his cars, doing this and doing that because of all that information that was there. And bingo, we got Minnesota. All the stuff.
Well, you figure if this fraud gets prosecuted and whatnot, and I mean, obviously, if they're doing the fraud like that, just think what they're doing in the voter stuff, right? So,
oh my God, yeah.
So I mean, Mike Lindell's running for governor. This may help him win the governorship there, and maybe some other things there. So
yeah, well, everything's a possibility, but no accountability. We got possibility.
I see Denise just said Waltz should resign. That's the one thing with the Democrats. He won't resign. He could be caught. He could be caught with the money trail going right to it. They never resign. I mean, very rarely. They fight it because they get the cover of the media, where we wouldn't have the cover of the media. That's the unfortunate thing.
And they have no shame either.
No shame.
No, they don't.
No, that's it. I think that relates back to the 47 that are all retiring before the midterms too. I think there's a lot of them that are corrupt, and I think they're getting out before it hits the press and everything. So it's kept quiet because their names are, their family's going to all be drug into that. You can't tell me if you're married to somebody that's in Congress and their net worth goes from, $175,000 maybe in their bank account to 40 million, where that money came from. Come on,
It doesn't.
No, they know. They have to know, and
especially when you need two residences, right? You have your residence back home, and you got to find a place to stay in Washington and whatever, and it's that money doesn't add up.
No, unless you use Common Core math.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, maybe that way. Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Dubs use Common Core math, so that's how they get all that money. I can't think of any other way. Because I mean, if it was me, you would notice that if your spouse all of a sudden had all this money to burn, come on, and it's not coming legitimately.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I gotta check out because I have a meeting to hop onto at 10 o'clock.
All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow, and you guys have a good day, everybody.
Bye, Sean.
I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Bye, Sean.
Bye, George. Bye, Trix.
Bye.
Bye, chat. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, well, Denise, unless you won the lottery, that's how you'd end up coming up with that kind of money. I can't understand how the spouses even go along with that, because they're going to get implicated in it too.
You know what's funny? Here's something funny, and now I like to hear it from the chat. Okay, what's funny is if I went out and robbed a bank, correct? The FBI would be all over, and I would get caught in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with the problem with all the stealing that's going on from the government? So you steal money from the bank, and they come and look for you like crazy 3 days. No problem. The FBI on the list, and your big thing, you're on the board and everything else like that. There's rewards and everything else. But when it comes to any stealing in the government with the Democrats and stuff like that, nothing happens.
Yeah. In a bank, you can't even take a check written to somebody else and sign it for deposit only and put it in your account.
Yeah, that happened to me.
I know. And it's money going in. It's not money coming out. And they're so strict about that. But these guys can just take money from everything. And with look at all the checks that went out from the government that didn't have any use for them. Remember, they had to go through the Federal Reserve, and it was supposed to say what the expense was for, and they were going out with no expenses or anything even. So how could they even keep a general accounting of anything?
What about let's see. Let me see.
Well, I could go on about banks.
I forget about the banks, but just everything in general. So
yeah, but how did the banks let that fraud go on? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, example, right? USAID, whatever the hell you want to call it. How the money was all directed to Act Blue and to Soros, so him funding the money back into the Democrats.
Yeah. Remember the senior citizens that made $15,000 donations when they're on Social Security 10 times a year. That didn't happen.
But what happened? All this stuff that came out, what happened? There's no accountability. Nothing happened. That's what Trump's getting pissed off at Pam Bondi. Well, then fucking fire her already.
Yeah.
Get rid of her. Who are they going to appoint? I don't care. That's why they didn't want Matt Gaetz. They didn't want Matt Gaetz for the simple reason because they knew he wasn't going to take any shit from anybody, and the people would have been in jail already.
Yeah.
But no, because they have to worry about the uniparty, about who's going to agree to approve it, and it's bullshit. The president picks somebody, let it go. No, it's got to go to the Senate. First, it's got to go to the Congress. Then all the bullshit's got. That's about 20 days that they all bullshit next all these questions. Then he's got to go to the Senate and being persecuted by the Democrats and everything else, which the Democrats don't give a shit, all the stealing that's going on. And all the blue states ain't giving the information back to the government. So the best thing they stop it. What about the CDL license they're giving all the illegals?
Yeah.
They're suing.
Well, look at this. Here's a good example of the banks being two tiers with the banks. Remember when we opened up TG Balls? You got it and I got it both. They froze the account until we got a hold of the bank and told them what the TV show or the podcast or the show or whatever. We had to tell them what it was, and we could not say political opinion or they would debank us. Remember?
Yep.
They said, well, what do you cover? And we said, just general news. It would not say politics because of that reason, because it's Chase Bank. And they would shut it down. They froze it just until we called back and told them what was the content of the show. That's how nosy they are. But the government can go and do all that shit and get away with it. But if you're just a regular normal person, you can't. But I thought that was a good example.
Yeah, the same thing that happens now. President Trump, there was that blue list. What'd you say that what they called?
Blue slips.
The blue slip. There's an agreement. Listen, this gets me the best one. There's an agreement between the Democrats and the Republicans. If the president decides to pick judges, the Democrats will agree to it. So now when Biden picked all these liberal pieces of shit judges that are fighting Trump like crazy, all the Republicans agreed to it in the Senate. Okay? It was all the now that Trump picks out people, ain't happening. So I think, and then the filibuster should be done. Trump is telling Toon to pass this shit because he doesn't want to do. The Democrats get in that House and the Senate, they're going to use the filibuster. Trust me, they're going to wind up, and if they win, they're going to wind up picking judges, extra judges. They're going to have 9 people in the court. 12 people in the court. And I'm just saying, this is what they're prone to do. The problem is the Democrats think all good together. No matter they could be banging each other's wife. They don't care. They all
true.
They all stick together. It doesn't matter what. You know, we paid $50 million in sexual harassment cases to the Democrats that had sexual harassment cases. We paid our tax dollars $50 million to all them shitheads that were in there, and they're still doing it. People don't know that. That's the problem. No accountability, as General Flynn says. I love General Flynn.
There's never any accountability, and until people start going to jail, there will not be an accountability. They have to get somebody big to set an example and start the ball rolling.
And I always bring up General Flynn. General Flynn says there's a lot of whistleblowers out there, but they're not going to come out because there's no accountability. Nobody being prosecuted about anything. So why would the whistleblowers come out and spill the beans if they got to worry if the Democratic Party gets in charge again, they'll all get arrested? What do you think they're going to wind up going after the J6s again? The president they'll impeach. They'll do all the shit, wasted money. And it's all because we got rhinos and deep state.
Yeah, rhinos and they're everywhere, but the uniparty is just horrific. And it started, you could go all the way back to when Eisenhower warned about the military-industrial complex. That was the beginning of it. And then now it's the military-industrial complex, big pharma, and then NGOs. You put those 3 together and you got the whole total ball of collusion.
What did they say about the food industry? That the kids are going to be undernourished because they're not going to get those packs of food now. Remember that? I know what you're talking about. RFK said that he wants to stop all these programs with the food and everything else for the schools and everything, the food packs and stuff like that. So now the food industry is saying, well, because of RFK, he'll starve a lot of people. I mean, this is the shit we got to put up with. So I thought a lot of the food companies agreed about the color dye and everything else. Yeah, it's still that those lobbyists are unbelievable. You can say whatever you want. A lot of some people don't like Matt Gaetz, but I know him a long time. And I was with him. I was with him in the Capitol, and he walks by, and he doesn't take money from anybody. I mean, he's got a job now with OAN. And what happened is he walked through the Capitol and said, "This guy's getting money from this company. This money's getting money for this, from this pharmaceutical company." He knew everybody was getting stuff, and that's why they didn't like him.
Mm-hmm.
Trump saw all the details inside.
Yeah. If we don't have one big arrest to start the ball rolling, nothing's going to happen. And I wish they would start really bad. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens after the first of the year.
Right, play the song, burn this shit down. That's what I want to hear.
That's what you want to hear?
That's what I want to hear.
I don't know. Yeah, so head on over to Mike Schwartz. I think Red's going to raid him here real quick.
Wait for the song to be over, Red.
Huh?
I told Red to wait a couple of minutes until we play the song a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just annoying you.
Till the whole damn room learns what I said. Protect what's mine, that's a blood-borne vow. Say a word wrong, you'll find out now. I'll burn this bitch down, don't test my flame. You play with hellfire, you say. lose my mind. You want that smoke? I'll bring that sound. One last chance.
Get him out.